Good morning. Happy Kidney Day. Today is Kidney Day, and I'm going to explain that to you because it's probably like, what? What's Kidney Day? 5 years ago today, my mom got a kidney transplant, and I was influential in her being able to do that. I donated my kidney to a stranger who's no longer a stranger to me, but he was a stranger, and his wife donated her kidney to my mom. And I'm hoping today to talk to you a little bit about that process. I'm currently in the gym parking lot. I'm heading into the gym to play some pickleball. But today's crazy busy day, but throughout the day I'm hoping to talk a little bit about the donation process and maybe help somebody else as they're looking to, donate a kidney or, another living donation. Maybe my experience will help them, because I know when I went to donate, there was a ton of information out there for transplant recipients, but nothing for the donors. So we'll talk about this as we go along throughout the day, and I hope you can get some information and maybe some help from it, and maybe get you thinking about possibly becoming a donor yourself. Hello. Hey, I'm back from the gym, and that was all good time. So I thought I'd show you what I'm gonna wear for Kidney Day today. My sister got me this shirt on the 1 year anniversary of the kidney donation, and I thought it was hilarious. I love this shirt. It's so much fun. So I've had to explain it to a few people over the years, but it's a good opportunity to sit and talk. So I really like that. And this year she got me this awesome necklace. I'll try and get closer on it. See if I can get it to show up. It's a kidney. She said it's actually kidney bean, she said, because the kidney looked really funny, but the kidney looks pretty awesome. So there's those. I'm also going to get out my kidney pillow and display my kidney pillow the hospital gave me. Maybe I'll show you guys that later. Here's my kidney pillow. This is the hospital gave me this as I was checking out and leaving after the donation. And this pillow actually has been so nice. It was really nice after, because when I went in, I was sneezing like crazy. Allergies were bugging me, and I was really worried about having incisions in my stomach and sneezing and having to deal with that. But this pillow was really nice because I could hold it up to my stomach, and the sneezing wasn't so bad after that. Plus, it helped rolling out of bed and stuff after the surgery. If you've ever had a stomach surgery, you know that getting up out of bed is hard afterwards. So this pillow's been pretty awesome. All right, so I wanted to tell you guys about my experience. Hopefully you can hear me well, and I've got the dryer going on in the background, so hopefully you can still hear me. What was it? It was about 6.5 years ago. My mom told me that her kidneys were failing her. That was really hard to hear. And she said she probably would have to have a transplant, but didn't know when that was going to happen. And it was almost a year later that she was told that it was time for a transplant. So I knew that when she told me that she was going to need a transplant, that I was going to apply to be the donor. I just knew that it was my mom. Your mom. You do what you can for her, because she's done so much for you. So as soon as she told me, I got on and I applied to be the donor. And because I guess I was the first applicant, they started going over my records, and I had to fill out some more information, and then I had to do some blood tests, and they had me go in and do a CAT scan to look at my kidneys and things, and it was mostly a lot of blood tests. So they, after the CAT scan, they said they noticed some stuff on my my kidneys that they wanted to look at a little bit closer, and so they did an ultrasound, and everything was fine. That was not a big deal. This was right before Christmas too, that all this was going down. So they did the tests, and it turns out that I was not a match for my mom, which was hard to hear. But what surprised me after that was that they didn't keep going down the list of applicants for donor for her. They asked me if I wanted to do a paired donation. And I thought, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll do that if it means my mom can get a kidney, because apparently my mom was a hard match, or so they said. So they said they'd keep her on there, and we'd keep watching and hoping and praying for a match to come up. And I thought it would be several months, if not a year, before I'd hear back. And within a couple months, they said, we found a match. And it's just a matter of them agreeing to do this. And what it turned out, it was this lady, she was going to donate to her husband. And but she was a match for my mom, which was a harder match to find. And so I can't remember what they're called. That was this. It wasn't blood type or anything that was the issue. But so she ended up agreeing, and within, I think it was a week, they said, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it this time. And it was a shock. I was not quite prepared for that, and it was kind of hard because I knew that I'd probably be in the hospital on my daughter's birthday, and that was really hard for her. But we went through with, we decided to go through with it, and they told me that I could back out up until, the moment of going in for the surgery. I had that option. So March 1st, 5 years ago, 2016, we went to the hospital really early in the morning, and the first thing I had to do was they had to test some blood work, and I feel like they took like 100 vials. They didn't, but that's what it felt like. It was a lot. There were probably over 25 vials. Don't quote me on that because it's been a while. I don't remember exactly. A lot of blood, and I joked with them that there wasn't going to be any left for the surgery. But they took a lot of blood, did some tests, and then we waited, and they took me in first. And I was out pretty quick. I usually am when I have surgeries. They put that anesthesia in, and you get out pretty quick. When I met with the coordinators and things beforehand, they recommended to me that after surgery, you get up and walk as soon as you can. And so that was my goal. So after surgery, as soon as I was feeling up to it, I tried to get up and walk, and I ended up getting too nauseous. That the anesthesia really makes me nauseous, and so I ended up not being able to walk right away, but I was able later that night to get up and do that. I was pretty tired and pretty out of it and pretty sore. Like I said earlier, I was sneezing and stuff, and because of allergies, but I did so well in the hospital. They sent me home the next day. They normally will keep you in there for 3 or 4 days, but they sent me home the next day And I probably could have stayed in the hospital one more day, if not for me, but for my husband, because I think I stressed him out a little bit coming home so early. But recovery wasn't too bad. I was recovering for about 6 weeks. I couldn't lift things for that long. I tried to walk when I could. The weather wasn't super good to walk outside, and walking on the treadmill gets boring after a while. So I tried to walk when I could to try to just help with the healing process. I did a lot of sitting around watching TV. The hardest part was getting back to being able to sitting up from laying down position. I did during recovery. I felt a little depressed, and I've heard that happens when you lose body parts. You can get that. So I sometimes started to wonder if I had made a mistake in donating, and it was hard. It was kind of, I went through some hard times, but I was able to do well, and it wasn't too bad of a recovery. In fact, my scars are so minimal. There's two small incisions in my side, right where the kidney is. They take it out by your belly button. I have so many stretch marks from having kids that you can't even see in my belly button where that came out. So that wasn't too bad. Recovery wasn't too bad, and ever since, I just watch my diet. Having one kidney puts a strain on your heart, so you have to eat a heart-healthy diet, which everybody should do anyway. I avoid eating a lot of salt and a lot of processed foods. I eat a lot of vegetables, or try to eat a lot of vegetables, and I exercise. I do a lot of exercise and find that's a good stress reliever. So recovery's not too bad. If you have questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll be happy to answer what I can. I hope you guys consider donating. It saves a life. I tell you that David, the man who I donated my kidney to, he was on dialysis for like 15 hours a day, every day. And now he goes out and works in his yard and travels, and it's amazing. I love watching and seeing what he can do now that he's got this kidney that helps him. It's just, I would do it again if I could. So yeah, if you have questions, please feel free to leave them down below. And I'm going to head up to the University of Utah here later. I get to get my Covid-19 vaccine, so I'll show you. That's where I had the surgery. Hi, sorry about the lighting. I'm in a parking garage. I just finished with my Covid-19 vaccine, my first one, and it went pretty well. They're pretty slick and they have a great process here. So yeah, I guess I'll keep you guys posted if I have symptoms and things and how it goes and my process. They gave me the Pfizer vaccine, if that helps. So I'm gonna head home and get some more stuff done at home. I might hop back on and show you guys some more of what we're doing for Kidney Day. I don't know that I have a whole lot more planned for today, but maybe something will come up. Anyway, so I'm off to head home. I wanted a quick show. On my way home from the hospital from getting my COVID shot, I stopped at Trader Joe's and bought myself some flowers. This has nothing to do with kidney, but I wanted a quick show something. Like my cute ring that I just picked up. Try and get a closer look here. This was handmade by Haley on Instagram. She does such a cute job. I will link her Instagram page down below so you can see that. But I thought that was cute. I thought I'd share. That should do it for Kidney Day. I hope you learned some things and were entertained, and I will link below some links to some more information if you're interested in becoming an organ donor or even a living organ donor. And if you have questions, feel free to leave them below. Feel free to subscribe and like this video if you thought it was something that was informative and something good for you. And go out and storm that castle.